You did everything right. Good crust, good rise, gorgeous score, and then you cut into your bread and the center is gummy, dense, and raw. This is a super common mistake for home bakers, and it's almost always one of 4 things. And every one of them comes down to knowing just a little bit of basic bread science. So let's fix this for good, no matter what type of bread you're baking. By the way, I'm Carissa with Humbly Homemade, and I help home bakers confidently bake cozy, nourishing, rustic bread without the guesswork. First up, let's start with the most common cause of gummy centers, which is underbaking. And it's actually sneakier than it sounds, because your loaf can look done on the outside while it's nowhere close to being done on the inside. So here's the science. Bread only becomes bread, not dough, once 2 things happen. First, starch granules start to absorb water, swell, and gelatinize. And that process doesn't really kick in until around 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius. Finally, once your bread reaches the ideal internal temperature, those starch granules burst and fully gelatinize and set as the dough bakes. This process is what creates a tender crumb and ensures that your dough is not gummy or raw in the middle. At the same time, the gluten network needs enough time to firm up and set its structure. At the beginning, the gluten strands are really soft and extensible. Then, heat strengthens those gluten bonds. Around 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 C, those gluten strands begin to firm and set. But it takes all the way until that ideal internal temperature until the gluten strands are firm enough to hold the bread's structure. For lean breads, you want to reach at least 205 to 210 Fahrenheit on the inside, and for enriched doughs, it's okay to have it a little lower, around 190 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit. If you pull it out any sooner, the starch hasn't finished gelatinizing and the gluten strands haven't firmed up enough yet. Now, this is a really easy mistake to make because the crust browns from the outside in. So even if it looks golden brown on the outside, that actually tells you nothing about what's on the inside. So the fix is to stop guessing. Use an instant read thermometer and stick it into the thickest part of the loaf in the middle. You want to rely on that internal temperature, not a timer and not the crust color. The second biggest reason that bread ends up gummy is cutting the bread while it's still too warm. That's because bread doesn't fully stop baking the moment your loaf leaves the oven. As the bread cools, residual heat keeps cooking the interior for a while, and those starches that gelatinize during the baking time need time to firm back up as they cool. Now I know it's tempting to slice into a warm, steamy loaf, but if you cut into it too early, 2 things go wrong at once. You release trapped steam that hasn't finished evenly distributing moisture throughout the crumb, and you slice through the starch that hasn't finished firming and setting. So the fix here is to let lean, crusty breads like Dutch oven loaves and sourdough cool for a minimum of an hour, ideally 2. And then enriched breads like sandwich loaves and focaccia need at least 20 to 30 minutes, but again, it's really best to shoot for at least an hour. The third culprit of gummy bread has everything to do with proofing, which is the dough's last rise before baking. And if you need a refresher on proofing versus rising, be sure to watch my video next, which I'll link here. Now it might sound a little counterintuitive, but both underproofing and overproofing can cause a gummy center. Underproofed dough hasn't had enough time to build enough gas cell structure yet. That means there are fewer, smaller air pockets, which means that heat has a harder time penetrating to the center of the loaf. What that looks on the inside is the starch granules gelatinize a lot slower, if at all, and they can end up unset, which all leads to a pale, uneven crumb and a raw middle. Overproofed dough has the opposite problem. The gluten structure in the dough has been stretched past its strength and the gas cells collapse during baking. That causes the crumb to deflate into a dense, tight structure, which again means that heat can't penetrate effectively, leading to an unbaked gummy middle. So the fix here is to make sure that your dough is properly proofed, and I recommend using the poke test. To do the poke test, gently press the dough with your finger to indent the surface. If it springs back immediately, it's underproofed and needs more time proofing. If it doesn't spring back at all and leaves a permanent dent, it's overproofed. You're looking for the dough to slowly fill back in about halfway to its original shape after 2 to 3 seconds for a perfectly proof loaf that's ready to hit the oven. Alright, we've made it to the fourth and final problem, and that has to do with your oven. Home ovens are notorious for uneven and unreliable heat. So if your oven runs hotter than what the dial says, then the outer crumb will set, brown, and even burn faster while the interior still is trying to catch up. Now the fix here is to verify your oven's real internal temperature with an oven thermometer, since many ovens can run 20 to even 50 degrees Fahrenheit off. And if the crust is browning way faster than the center is cooking, tent a large piece of foil over the bread partway through baking. The foil helps shield the crust from the direct heat of the oven, and it traps a little extra steam so the center can cook faster. So to recap, here's a checklist to make gummy centers a thing of the past. And this works with any bread, including sourdough, focaccia, baguettes, and sandwich loaves, and more. First, bake to an internal temperature. You want to shoot for at least 205 to 210 for lean breads and 190 to 195 for enriched breads. So I recommend investing in a little kitchen thermometer. You can find some really cheap online, and I'll link my favorite down below. Second, cool fully before cutting. You want to shoot for at least an hour to 2 hours for lean breads, and you can get away with around 30 minutes for more of those wetter enriched breads like focaccia or cinnamon rolls. Third, you want to proof by feel, not by the clock. So if a recipe says proof for an hour, don't just go by that. You want to use the poke test to make sure that you're not underproofing or overproofing your dough. Fourth and finally, check your oven's temperature. If you find out that your oven runs cooler or hotter, then you want to adjust the temperature so it gets closer to what the actual recipe is specifying. And if you still notice that there's maybe uneven pockets within the oven, you want to tent the top with foil. On almost all ovens, the back is going to be hotter than the front where the door is. And so if you notice that the back is browning a lot faster, you can turn your baking vessel 180 degrees so the front is at the back, and you can try to get some more even heat distribution. If this video helped you on your bread baking journey, I'd love if you would give this video a like and subscribe to stick around for more science-backed bread baking tips here at Humbly Homemade. And I'd love to hear how your next loaf turns out applying these fixes. I'll see you in the next one. Happy baking!